The Knicks and the Bulls, two franchises built like ancient empires. One shaped by warrior energy, the other shaped by divine dominance. And today, well, both of them are kind of fighting their own shadows. This is the spiritual state of Knicks versus Bulls, a rivalry that still echoes in the collective memory, even if modern fans pretend to be above all that. The New York Knicks are the eternal story of, we were supposed to be great, but something keeps glitching the timeline. Their energy is very hermetic. Very as above, so below, except the above is pure potential, and the below is the Knicks' free agency meetings. The Knicks represent trapped potential, a franchise that tastes greatness, feels it buzzing in the air, sees it in the city lights, but somehow always ends up in a karmic loop. Not failure, not disaster, just almost. And the Garden, man. The Garden still has championship memory in its walls. That building remembers who the Knicks were supposed to be. But that's the power of New York, even in the chaos. Even in the long winters of mid-NBA standings, they still radiate this energy of greatness is dormant, not dead. If the Knicks are blocked potential, the Bulls are haunted potential. They have the heaviest shadow in sports history, an entire dynasty that became so iconic that every Bulls team after 1998 basically spawned into life with a -99 RAL penalty. Chicago isn't cursed. Chicago is haunted by the ghost of perfection. The 90s Bulls weren't a team. They were a mythical event, a moment where everything aligned. Ego, dominance, precision, willpower, and momentum. But after something reaches that height, hermetic law kicks in. What rises to divine levels must eventually return to the human realm, and the Bulls came back to earth hard. This franchise is stuck between who they once were and who they don't know how to become. Chicago wants evolution, but every attempt feels like a remix of a track no one can truly sample again. The Bulls' spiritual state is identity crisis disguised as tradition. When these two teams face each other, it's not just basketball, it's myth versus myth. Two empires that time humbled, but never erased. The energy of Knicks versus Bulls is simple. Blocked greatness versus haunted greatness. The Knicks step onto the court with this feeling like, we were meant to be legendary. The Bulls step on like, we were legendary. Now what? Even if the players move on, this rivalry carries spiritual residue. You can feel it in the crowd, in the atmosphere, in the expectation, in the nostalgia. And both teams are waiting for the one player who will finally break the karmic loop. The Knicks may have their own, but the Bulls seem far from finding one. The Knicks and Bulls aren't just franchises. They're reminders, symbols, lessons in the hermetic law of cycles. Every empire rises, every empire falls. But the ones that return after the fall, those are the empires people remember forever. Knicks versus Bulls isn't about the past. It's about the unfinished future, two forgotten empires waiting to wake back up. Appreciate you for watching. If this breakdown didn't put you to sleep, go ahead and like and subscribe. More episodes of the Spiritual State series are on the way.